Pretend demo is on a little bit more complex kind of rules that we call structural adjustment rules. For the most part, this demo speaks for itself. I'm going to make a structural adjustment rule that throws everything but the kitchen sink, or everything and the kitchen sink in there. So rule with everything. A structural adjustment rule has an input structure and an output structure. So you set up using these visual tools what the input structure is. So say we want a subordinate clause. We're looking for something with a subordinate clause that has an NP in it, and then a VP outside. And this NP has to have an adjective phrase in it. This adjective phrase has to have a specific concept in it. Say the angry concept. So this is a very specific rule. It's this whole thing that I'm setting up has to be there. You can say it has to have specific target words in it. So it's not just any noun phrase, but it has to be headed by this actual target word. Okay, this is going to show you that you can add, just like we did, you can add a concept, but you can add multiple ones. So say ask since A works, but so does ask since B. You can add them both to there. Now they'll both be in there. You can say add words, and it gives you a little thing here, and you can add, just click on the ones that you want to add. So say you want to add ask F, and those two sentences of B. It just doesn't make much sense, but now all of those will match instead of just ask A. Okay, now we want to add features to things. So say it only is going to work on a singular noun that's masculine. So you can add features anywhere in there. You can say something is optional at the phrase level or at the word level. Those are optional things. You can say that something can't be there. So click on not present and say now, okay, this will work unless there's this angry adjective phrase there. So you can make them very specific. You can say, oh, this rule is only going to work if this one particular concept is there in this input. So say whatever, bird. The bird has to be there, and it throws it in there. That's the head now that has to be there. And so you can then delete things. Say you don't like what you did. You can delete certain things. You can move things around. So you click on the move button, and then you can move it, the whole thing inside there. When you do this, you have to make sure that your brackets match up correctly. And so now we've moved the verb phrase in there. And now we want to define what happens in the output. So that's what the input is. If that matches, what do we want to do in the output? So, well, let's see what we do. We want to, instead of, we want to make the translation of bird be this word XYZ. We want to set the features of that noun to subject. You can set any user-defined feature there. We want to say we want to delete that angry adjective phrase. Let's say we want to copy this verb phrase outside. A lot of times this happens in, say, relative clauses. You want to copy the pronoun again or various places. And there's a lot of times you want to copy things. And there are several other things you can do.